So back on the 10th of November, this girl right here got her tonsils taken out. And tell me about your experience. Like, first tell me why you had to have them taken out.
My tonsils were like bowling balls.
Bowling balls? And what symptoms was it causing for you, the size?
Sleep apnea.
And?
I want both, no. I want both, no.
I'll give you a hint. It sounded like a bulldozer.
Oh, a snoring.
Snoring. Snoring was the main complaint. Then we found out after that she had developed sleep apnea. How did you feel when you found out that you had to have them removed?
I was scared.
I will down. I
do because surgery sounds scary.
What were your specific feelings and fears about having the surgery?
What do you mean?
Like, I know you were afraid, but what were you afraid of happening? Like, that you would die or what?
No.
What were your fears?
Like whenever Aunt Samantha told you that she woke up during her surgery, I was scared.
During her tonsillectomy, yeah.
That sounded scary.
How did you feel the night before your surgery? Well, first of all, you had to miss a lot of school. How much school did you miss again?
About 2 weeks.
What other fears did you have about having surgery? Like, was it the IV or what exactly was it?
I was scared like the nurses were gonna be mean and stuff, kind of on the front desk.
Right. Your ENT is great. Like, he's awesome.
He's nice.
Yeah. So, okay, the morning of the surgery, I woke you up. You couldn't eat anything, which I know is probably pretty hard. How did you feel?
Hungry.
Hungry. Okay, besides hungry, how did you probably excited because your Katie was going to be here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had this giant bear.
Right, a giant bear that Gammy brought you. How about whenever we checked in at the Inland Surgical Center? How did you feel then? Were you getting more nervous or?
I was kind of getting nervous.
That's it? Just nervous? Yeah. Well, how did it feel when you got the IV put in? You only had an IV before whenever you were a baby. Whenever you were hospitalized as an infant, and I'm sure you don't remember that. How did this one feel?
It kind of stung for a second.
Yeah.
And that was it. Okay,
so walk me through what happened from when the anesthesiologist brought in the mask to give you to mess around with when you were going to use. Walk me through from then up until you woke up. Like, well, up until your dad and I came back to the recovery room. Walk me through all that.
Okay, so first the
anesthesiologist.
Yeah, that thing gave me the mask, and she said to practice how I was gonna use it, and then she checked. And then she checked to see if my IV was okay. And then they rolled me into the operating room. And then they hooked up the mask to this green balloon thing. And then they told me to see if I could try and blow it up with my breath, I guess.
Now, did you stay on the gurney or were you moved to the operating table?
Oh, I was moved to the operating table.
Okay. How did you feel when they moved you?
It was kind of cold.
Yeah.
And it felt a little uncomfortable. But then they gave me that warm blanket.
I'm sure that helped a lot.
Yeah, because it was really cold.
Yeah, it was kind of a chilly day too. And they're asking you to try to blow up the balloon.
And then I fall asleep. And whenever I wake up, they ask me if I want some ice or some applesauce. And then they gave me the ice. And then after eating it for a couple of minutes, they asked me if I wanted Mom and Dad to come. And I said yeah. And then they came. In like 2 minutes.
How was the car ride home? We don't live very far, only like 20 minutes from there. How was the car ride?
It was fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Like normal. Except I couldn't talk.
How about your pain level? Immediately after surgery, what would you say your pain level was at?
Maybe an 8.
Yeah.
So as I was saying,
How about the recovery? How was the recovery?
It was kind of hard, but they said I wouldn't be able to talk for a few days. But I talked the first as soon as I got home, practically.
So how was the pain level? I remember that the pain seemed to peak the day after surgery. You don't remember too much of it?
No.
Just being in a lot of pain?
Yeah.
What did it feel like, the pain? Like, I know your throat hurt, but was it like a dry throat or a tickle in your throat pain or?
It felt like my throat was kind of crispy, I guess you could say.
Crispy, okay, that's a good word, crispy. Now, you also had an adenoidectomy. You had your adenoids removed at the same time.
Yeah, right here.
Right. Did you have, what was the most uncomfortable part of that? Or the most, I guess, yeah, uncomfortable, I guess is a good word.
My nose really hurt.
Yeah?
Yeah, like it was kind of hard to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Stuffy nose?
Yeah.
I remember, if I remember correctly, you had a slightly bloody nose also that night. Just like one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the day after.
Yeah. And so now you're nearly 3 months post-surgery. How are you feeling now? You're all healed up? Your patches are all gone? How's life post-tonsillectomy? What's the biggest change you've noticed?
My throat tickles right now. That could be because I have a slight cough.
Probably because you have a cough. Well, I think that the biggest change is you don't snore anymore. And you have an appetite. But how about, do you have any advice for any kids that are going to have their tonsils removed? What advice do you have for them?
Drink lots of fluids.
Yes, fluids are the key. They are the key, aren't they?
Especially bubbles. They help a lot. And your throat's gonna tickle. If you need the
Anything else?
Đây.